The Department of Transportation is presenting 5 different options for improvements to the Empire State Corridor at a series of public hearings, including this one at the College of Nanoscience in Albany.
The goal of the project is to reduce travel times and to make train service more reliable, and also to increase service, to put more trains on the tracks. Most of the improvements to the alternatives are Albany West towards Niagara Falls.
The Empire Corridor is a 460-mile path of rail tracks stretching all the way from New York City to Niagara Falls. Once a plan is chosen, the DOT would be eligible for as much as $300 million in federal high-speed rail funding for Amtrak passenger trains. But first, they must consider the public comments, and not everyone is sold on the idea. Martin Robinson, an Albany resident and self-proclaimed train enthusiast, pointed out that 4 of the 5 corridor proposals, or alternatives, include average speeds that don't meet the federal requirements for high-speed rail and barely match the standard of what rail travel used to be.
Many of the speeds that are listed here that would be slightly higher than average used to be the regular speeds for trains in the 1940s. I mean, trains used to average about 60 to 70 miles per hour, with express routes often hitting the 80 to 90 per hour on a regular basis.
Others pointed out that the Empire Corridor shouldn't interfere with the state's current freight rail traffic.
No disruption to freight. That's critical in the transportation of products and material across the state and throughout the region. The other is the affordability for passengers.
The revitalization of Albany's Livingston Avenue Bridge was a popular theme amongst attending locals. Numerous speakers argued that the former rail bridge should be linked to any of the chosen proposals for the Empire Corridor and converted into a bike path and pedestrian pathway.
To include the walkway as part of the reconstruction of the Livingston Avenue Bridge is a very inexpensive item when looking at the projected costs of the numerous options for improving high-speed rail in the Empire Corridor. The walkway is a necessity, not an amenity.
I think it will be beneficial to the railroad. I think it will be beneficial to Amtrak because you can get to the railroad station easier. It will certainly be beneficial to the neighborhood.
Almost all of the DOT's high-speed rail options would include upgrades to railway infrastructure, like stations, platforms, and tracks. DOT spokesman Bo Duffy says while safety is the #1 priority, the goal is to make rail travel across New York State more attractive, boosting upstate tourism and economies. Comments can be emailed to the New York State Department of Transportation office in Albany through March 24th at empirecorridor@dot.ny.gov. In Albany, I'm Jenna Flanagan for the Innovation Trail.